Okay, so what I'm doing tonight is I'm going to do a vegetable soup. And I have already in the pot some stew meat. It's lean stew meat, so not much fat on it at all. And it's cubed up smaller than regular stew meat because I want it to be spoon size for my vegetable soup. But we're doing vegetable soup, and what I did with the meat already, I rinsed it off because it's a little bloody in the package. And then I threw the meat in the pot, and I put salt, pepper, just teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of pepper, teaspoon of garlic, garlic powder, not garlic salt. But I did a little bit of seasonal salt, and all I'm going to do is cover it with water, just enough to cover the meat, and that's going to make a nice beef broth for you to start your soup out with, your vegetable soup out with. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So that's probably about 3 cups of water, just enough to cover the beef. And I'm going to cook it, I'm going to go ahead and cook it on medium heat just until the meat gets done, and then I'll come back and show you what else I do. Alright, thanks. Okay, after you've cooked the meat and brought it to a boil and everything like that, and fully cooked it, what I'm going to do now is I've already done the prep work for some of my vegetables. Anyway, I took a regular sized bowl of small baby carrots and chopped them up, and I'm just going to throw those in. I give them a little bit of a head start because they take a little bit longer to cook. I'm also going to throw in some frozen Ford Hook lima beans, and just let those cook for about maybe 15-20 minutes, and then start adding in your other vegetables. But the vegetables that take longer to cook, I'm going to go ahead and add those in. And this is about a half a bag of lima beans that I'm going to add to the soup. And it's just a really simple, nice vegetable soup. I'm just going to stir that in and let it cook. I'm going to add some potatoes as well. I'm not really going to season it with anything else. I'm just going to add everything in and let it cook. It usually takes, putting it together and everything, about an hour to cook it. And that's usually about it. About an hour to go ahead and cook it. I have the potatoes that I've chopped up. Medium-sized potatoes, you know, spoon size. And they'll cook down a little bit and be a little bit smaller, of course. But that's what I start with. And just let it cook, and we'll come back to it. And I'll tell you what else I add. I cheat and add canned vegetables to the rest of it. But anyway, just let it cook, and I'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. Okay, as you can see now, the vegetables have kind of cooked down a little bit, and you've lost some of your liquid. So, I'm going to take just 2 regular cups of water and pour in there, and that's going to, you know, make it more like a soup. Then I'm going to take just sweet corn and pour it in. Just 1 can of sweet corn. And then 1 can of just cut green beans and pour that in. And then diced tomatoes with no salt added. All these vegetables are with no salt added. That way you can, you know, add the salt how you like it in your bowl. And I let everybody kind of decide how much salt they like. And I just rinse the can with a little bit more water. And I'm just going to let that cook and let all the vegetables soften up. And we'll be ready to eat. See, doesn't that look good? All the vegetables. And it's just a simple vegetable soup. It's starting to get cold here. So I thought that it would be good, you know, a good meal to have right now, because it's starting to cool off outside. It's a very fall, wintertime thing to me. If you don't like lima beans, you can substitute it with sweet peas or whatever kind of vegetables you like. Just make it your own. That's what I do, though. I like the carrots, I like the potatoes, tomatoes, 4 lima beans, and then I add green beans and corn. And that just kind of gives a little sweeter taste to it. So you have your salty and your sweet, and it's quite good. Let this cook for, I'm going to let it cook for another 30 minutes and be ready to eat. When I put it in a bowl, I'll show you what it looks like.